What's up, guys? Nate Bedrosky from Narrowway Homestead. You can see I'm at the, I don't know where I am. No, I'm at the CES convention in Las Vegas. I've always wanted to come here ever since I was a little kid. Well, now I'm here, and I don't know what I'm gonna explore. I know what the main press covers and all kinds of stuff, and I'm just gonna explore it like I do a shopping mall. I'm just gonna film what interests me, and hopefully it interests you guys too. But I'm all into robotics and AI. You know, I have robot lawnmowers and stuff. I'm here to bring homesteading into the modern era, and I've already done that significantly, and I wanna see what else there is around here. It is my opinion, and it's been for a long time, that AI is the missing link in all the technology that exists. Technology is supposed to make your life simple, but it doesn't. It's always extra complicated. You need like 400 apps on your phone to do this and do that, and nothing ever communicates with anything else, and AI is going to make the entire difference. Some other things that'll be useful for remote homesteading might be your own personal drone. That's not really a drone, it's kind of a helicopter. Imagine getting off the mountain in 10 minutes and not having to do anything with roads and icy conditions and everything else. You just open the roof in your garage. I think the world's going to change a lot, and homesteading with it. Most people watching my channel probably know nothing about CES, and it's just kind of something, you know, my channel's not really a tech channel, it's a homesteading channel. But guys, check out the size of this building. This is just part of it. There's 3.1 million square feet of interior space where CES is. Jen and I have 2.5 days to finish exploring it all. We're not going to get everywhere, but this place is insane. But the cool thing is they have some outdoor areas like this. The sun is shining. It's like, I don't know, 60 degrees or something. Way different than where I came from, covered in ice and snow. Left the homestead in good hands. Not worried about it. And I'm able to be in touch with technology with them, so I can come here and explore this whole thing. But anyway, no more break. Onward. And glasses and wearables, they're really plain right now. They're almost useful, but not quite. I think not too long in the distant future, it's gonna get a lot better. And I don't know anything about these glasses, but these already look much different than the ones I've seen out on the market currently. This seems kind of cool. Glasses, but like you wear the glasses and it gives you this whole HUD, if you will. Yeah, all footage shot through glasses. I'm learning about this stuff. Yeah, a heads-up display in front of your face for real life without it like being real virtual reality, just augmented reality would be so cool. We got different demos and stuff. I'm not doing the demos. I don't need to do the demos. That's crazy. Then, for something totally different, you can ride one of them, but he was just on 2 of those things. Balancing and stuff. These have the off-road tires. That's why that's the ones I'm looking at. I don't care much about that other one over there. Just kind of cruising around. I could totally see me hurting myself on the homestead with that. I guess you can sit on it too. Interesting. I kind of want one. UL certification, 37-mile range, 28 miles an hour. Yeah, no, I'm not going that fast. It's got as much power as like a e-bike does. All right, let me try the center part.
Yeah, once it feels like a normal chair, it doesn't want to run away from you. There you go. There you go.
Most people get a minute or 2. You got it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You try going in a straight line.
Yeah.
You do turn from leaning. However, I will word of caution that because it's carpet, it kind of eats your imprint. It's harder to turn.
Okay, that makes sense. That's pretty cool.
Keep on going.
This thing's crazy. How many times you been run into today? That's really cool.
It's all really sensitive to your movements and input. I find this is such a good learning tool because one of the most difficult parts of learning how to ride a unicycle is that 0 to 10 space. If you can think of it like a bicycle, the slower you go, the more you have to kind of compensate.
Sure, absolutely.
But when you pick up some speed,
then it's just kind of
becomes stable. You know, you get some gyroscopic effect.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, the 0 to 10 part is very difficult for learners because it's a lot of trusting.
It is.
This thing is going to keep you upright.
Right.
So if you can get past that point, if you can remember how it's like to ride a bicycle as a kid, it's like difficult, and you get this clicking moment when you get enough speed.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're like, whoa, I'm riding.
Right.
everything beyond that point is magic.
Okay, very cool. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for letting me demo it.
Of course. Come by again if you want to try more.
Guys, I found it. I found a robot lawnmower. It's a Bosch. Just needs googly eyes on it. Maybe it'd be Hank's brother. Pretty cool. All right, guys, another product I'm really not too familiar with, but it is a robot lawnmower, so I am very excited about it to learn more. I see this one has tracks, mows up to 6 acres, or 35-degree max slope, but the tracks, what can this thing get stuck on? Probably nothing. So this thing isn't exactly just a robot mower. This is just a robot, and it is the core. And this is probably a seeder of some sort. You can attach a lawnmower to it. You can do a blower. You can also do a snow blower, which there we go. Blowing snow at somebody. Wow, it's got all kinds of different attachments. That's the mower. This is probably a seeder. I also think it would attach to a cart, which is very, very cool. Looks like they won the Best in Show at CES 2025. I suspect where this product would shine the most would be the snow blowing. Because of the tracks, that would be a main reason to have something like that. And that looks to me like an actual snow blower. There's how it connects. It looks like it's actually got a belt on it. It looks kind of heavy duty. And there it is. A little hard to tell because somebody's got a bag right there, but that's okay. You guys get the idea. That's pretty neat. All right, now I made it over to Bougie RV. I have one of their fridge refreezer combos. Actually, I have 2 of their products. This one is, I believe, their newest one. You can do fridge and freezer all in one, but the cool thing is you can take this out and do only fridge or only freezer, depending if you have a huge quantity of stuff. They have batteries, but you can also do 2 batteries, so they're improving all kinds of stuff. It's just really neat to see the upgrades on the different products that I have experience with here at the CES show. And this thing looks heavy duty. Yeah, it's just neat to see all the companies improve their products, make changes, and get to see all of it under one roof here at CES. Very cool. Look at this stuff, guys. Imagine being behind a vehicle and then you find out there's an accident ahead because the whole back of the car is a display. The inside.
Go ahead, waiting for you to cross. It tells the people you're safe to cross. I'm not going to go.
That's so cool.
That's really sweet.
Some fancy stuff. Stopped over by the Go-V booth and checked out all their stuff, including one of their newest table lamps. All their lights and different things connect right to the speakers, and everything's changing with the sound. And then they have a projector light. It's just a regular light, but you can make your whole ceiling different colors and stuff. That is really cool. It's pretty fancy. They got cool stuff. And if you just want it to be a regular light, you can do that too. They make some really cool lights, and they're really durable, and they have a smart ice maker. My favorite video to do with them ended up being they gave me rope lights or outdoor lights, and I was testing them, torture testing them, putting them in the hot tub, pulling a ladder with them like they were a rope. I had a ton of fun with that. Here we have a barista bot. That is so cool. This thing, I thought, it's not just an automatic coffee maker, like it's making espresso. They've got names right there. I think they're trying to show something for like a coffee shop. That would be really cool in a coffee shop. And look at that, you can even see the progress of your coffee in this little lighted ring on the counter. Okay, I'm in the right part of CES now. All the cool gadgets, really neat things. This is Artley, the barista bot. Right underneath the espresso machine. Now, make espresso. How good is their shot? Can't tell. I'm pretty far away from it. I think it looks pretty decent though. All right. This is awesome. This is the part I really want to see. Look at that pouring motion. Pretty sure this thing does better a lot they are than me. Look at that, guys.
It did. It put a heart in it.
It did. Oh, that's so cool.
Rinses your dishes. That is way cool, Nate.
That is so cool. Might have to get one for the homestead.
Yeah, I was going to grab a business card.
But robotics and AI, that's what I'm here to check out, because that's the stuff that can actually be used on a homestead. Many things here at CES make no sense on a homestead, but
Loading that mini dishwasher is what it's doing.
it's loading the dishwasher. I bet it even pre-rinses dishes. That's so cool. It's a big display just to wash a few dishes. It's definitely a prototype sort of thing. It has to be something that comes up out of the countertop and just does this stuff and then recesses it back.
Yes.
and you don't know it's there.
Because you
Like
don't want it on your counter.
the concept is cool, but we're still a long ways from actually integrating this into an actual person's life. But it's cool as heck, and you can understand the concept. It's a robot. He waves high. All kinds of robotic hand stuff. Pretty sure with all the different cutting edge stuff, most influencers or people that are here checking out all the fancy exciting stuff, just not up here. But there's a whole section of the show that just has the most random of stuff. Just so much stuff. And I really want to stop and look at everything, but I just can't. Robot hands, gripping a pen and writing. Hey, how are you? Well, here was something I wasn't expecting to see. I had no idea Radio Shack was still a thing, but here they are at CES. I've been walking around CES for days, and it's taken me forever to find robot mowers I like. And of course, these are the ones I like because I have some of these. But wait, they're different. They're coming out with a mini mower. Most people say something about the price of these mowers, but if you don't have that big of a yard, you can get a smaller one. This one should be priced underneath $1,000. They made some upgrades to the other ones, including 6 blades. They made the coloring a whole lot nicer. It's a whole lot sleeker. Stronger motors, just all kinds of different upgrades. I can't wait to get a hold of one of these and actually try it out. But yeah, they've been running these mowers on a slope like this all day. There's no other mowers around here even running around, and the ones that would run around, I don't see any ramps like this anywhere. They do climb up and down, including in real world situations, because they do it on my homestead. It is a crazy slope, but they climb it as well as descend it while being controlled. All right, something else that's really cool. Robot vacuums. I have a Roborock, but I don't have one with an arm that comes out, picks up a sock, and then puts it in a basket. Like, you have to pick everything else up. These things are just dancing for fun, but they have a little demo spot there where they showed all that. It's really cool. That's crazy. All right, a vacuum that picks stuff up and puts it away for you before it vacuums or while it vacuums is insane. It folds itself up in real neatly and it disappears and you don't even know it's in there. They've got a little room set up for a demo. They've got all kinds of stuff out. Be interesting to see what it does. Looks like it also mops. The one we have, probably 2 years old in design, also mops, vacuums the carpets. Of course, they all return to their bins where they empty into containers that you can empty later after multiple vacuum cycles or multiple mop cycles. Actually, that is a different one. I don't know if that one has an arm or not. It might just go around all this stuff that they have. They've got an eye for seeing. I believe it is an infrared system, and then they have a camera that picks up that light that is shining everywhere so it knows exactly where the objects are. That's really cool. They've got a really nice display here. They show the underside of everything. I don't know if the one we have has that little wheel right there.
It might not, but that's the style mop we have.
Yep.
I do like the spinning mop though.
Yeah, the spinning mops. I bet that does a whole lot better.
Yeah.
They've got other stuff too, like a washing machine. I'm not really sure exactly how it all works. I will have to check it out. Unicycle drying technology. Not sure what that's all about. I'm gonna find out though. I'm all about the all-in-one washer dryer things. I have the GE profile all-in-one. I'm fascinated by that technology and I'm really interested to find out more about this. It's day 2 at CES and I don't know much about this car, but every time I see a car, I know where I live and I look immediately at the ground clearance. And that is a vehicle that I could actually use on the homestead. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's all electric, but I am about to inquire as much as possible. Oh, it's my turn. It's my turn. Oh, look at that dash. Look how simplistic the design is. And look at those seats going backwards. And there's no carpet on the floor. I could almost pressure wash this thing out. That is so cool. I'm loving the style of this thing. This looks like it's probably in the unaffordable to mate range, but I want to find out. How cool would that be to sit in the back with the top up? Who needs a trunk? Who needs it? Actually gives you a nice, easy step up. Trying not to film everybody. I have to learn much about this. First filming, then learning. Seriously, that looks like a super comfortable lounging chair. There it is, guys, the full back shot. I just want to know this thing's all-wheel drive now, and if it costs less than $2 million.
Is it like full-time convertible? Or
I don't think so, but I do see what looks like at the top, like 2 little bolt holes or something. It almost makes me think there's a hard top.
That goes on top of it. Sure.
There's probably a hard top somewhere.
Look at that.
I think that is the top. I don't know. It looks like it's probably pretty easy to install, like a 2-person install. Wonder if it stores anywhere in the vehicle in case you want to take your top off. Seriously, I just need to talk to somebody instead of watching all this stuff. Traction control. Definitely electric motors. They need to have this with a little diesel engine in there. Just in case you run out of electric, you can start charging. Oh, they're talking about trucks and cars. I'm sure it's all-wheel drive. Guaranteed, it's got motors on all of them. Scalability, 300 kilowatts peak power. Yep, I'm liking this thing. I can handle the style of it. Thing looks awesome. All right, so I basically didn't get to talk to anybody, but I'm not pushing my way into stuff. I eavesdropped, and it sounds like this is just an engineering company. This is a concept car. They're showing off what it is they can do. I don't know if I'm gonna find a car I like any better at this convention. I still haven't been to the vehicle section yet, so don't hold your breath. But that thing, it's got a bunch of things I would love in a car, and it's something that somebody like me could use off the grid, and I would probably trade my Ram TRX for it, except for the fact that it's electric, and there's just not electric charging stations where I live, at least not yet. This might be a way in the future type of thing. I don't know if I can ever do an electric car. There's no evidence of it being a diesel hybrid to charge batteries, which is something that I would just be obsessed with endlessly. It's a super cool car. If I was to design a car, I feel like it would look a lot like that. Guys, I found a really cool van, and it's got a drone in it and a robot. This is probably, again, CES. This is probably all the concept, security or delivery.
The drone just came out the top.
It did. Now it's on top. Now it can take off. I'm sure they won't fly it.
It's going away.
It's a really neat setup. Don't think I could use it on the homestead. Now, if you could actually ride in the drone, that would be unbelievable. How about this van? This van has a drone in the back of it, but it is a whole lot bigger. Literally the ugliest van known to man, but the drone has 2 seats. And you can see up at the top right, it being deployed. I could use this on the homestead. Imagine wanting to go to town for something. I could just fly off. This is the kind of stuff I'm looking to see in the future. I'm sure it's the very distant future because the production costs and stuff like this, plus regulation and all kinds of stuff, probably going to take 2 decades or more. It would appear the technology is there. I want one right now. There we go, guys. Got a front shot. It's kind of ugly, but I don't care about any of that as long as it's functional. Got that, and then you've got these, I would assume for forward propulsion. I wonder how fast it can go. I wonder if they know any of this yet. This thing is an RV, and I just thought it was a kind of a normal RV. This thing's super modular. The back has a slide out. This side has a slide out. But wait till you see the other side. This slide out is ridiculous. This thing is just massive. It is something that opens way up. Look at the size of the hardware underneath this thing. I'm not sure once it's closed up if you can move freely in there at all or not, because I don't know if this would be like a door would somehow open once it's closed up. If you want a big RV but a small vehicle, that's about the best you're gonna get, I think. If you want to know more, this is by AC Future. There's a top view of it. Looks like it's got solar panels. The thing is just so tiny. Opens up so big. Oh look, it is a bifold door. I just saw that. Yep. Somehow that thing lets you still access the inside. That's really cool.
Because it's like, okay, the bed's going to hit that wall.
Oh, the bed must fold up or
must
something.
shift.
Yeah. Looks like they've got camper trailers too. They just open way up.
Doubled in size.
Yeah. It's more than double. Transformer house. And then we've got the concept cars. This is the ALIA. I think it starts at $90,000. It's a partnership between Sony and Honda. It's an electric vehicle. I cannot believe how many people around here are with cameras and stuff trying to see and film and get the best footage. But what I'm most impressed with is it still looks like a car. It's not totally weird.
The dash is impressive as hell.
Yeah, I'm loving the interior from what I can see of it. All the screens and everything. Rear view camera. I don't know if it has a mirror in a traditional spot, but it's totally right there.
It does, and then the camera that is showing that is on the end of the mirror right here, see?
Oh yeah,
So when
the
she
camera's on
opened
the
it,
end of
that's
the
why
mirror.
it panned different when she opened the door.
They need to put this stuff in all vehicles.
That is so cool.
And they also need to make these electric vehicles and trucks, and not like the Cybertruck. Like a real pickup truck with a diesel generator, just in case, you know, you need to keep everything charged. Anyway, I'm having a blast. I'm looking at all the things. Something else I'm finding really interesting is all the scooters. Scooters and bicycles everywhere. It's like they're prop for everything. Here's Jeep right over here. Walk over here to Dodge. There's a bicycle. That's just quite interesting what they decide to use as props. Also, that thing looks super sharp. Never go on my road.
This is open, so the air goes through.
Yeah, it is. Significantly. Even Bugatti decided to do the scooter thing. I wonder how much a Bugatti scooter costs. Everybody's all about the vehicles, and I am too, but like, Bugatti scooters. There we go, guys. There's the front of it. Also another vehicle, not enough ground clearance to do my road. I don't need one. I can appreciate one from right here. That interior, that whole thing. Truthfully, I've never seen a Bugatti in person before. Definitely a sharp-looking vehicle. Made my way to the futuristic cars. And this is Honda. They made the whole AI experience seem scary. Something about a car comforting you. Like, I'm all about the AI technology, but I just want it to like work seamlessly. And while it's intelligent, I don't need it to talk to me in some way. Like, don't pretend to be a person. But the technology and the integration and remembering each person and who a passenger is, that's phenomenal. I gotta say, this thing's ugly. I don't like their SUV crossover thing. I'm just not a crossover type of person, but the front of this thing looks all right. Quite interesting. Then we've got a Hyundai with a holographic windshield display. That seems to be their main thing. They have all these keynotes and stuff, but I'm just browsing around looking at the stuff. Maybe even cooler than the concept vehicles. It's just all the different technology, like the smart optical sensors. Driving vehicles in the next 10 years is not going to be the same, I'm sure. 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds. Autonomous, man, that's wild. Self-driving sports cars. And I'm not really sure what they're showing with the, I don't know if that's like a protective cage for your head. Might just be an attention getter, I'm not sure. Here we've got a sunroof, but it's a shade. It's just built right into the glass. That's really cool. Instead of having that cloth thing on the bottom for your sunroof. New BMW. This booth is all about the autonomous driving and the sensors, and they've partnered with BMW. It's a cool looking car. It's a Lotus. Look at this thing. Sharp looking. So much self-driving stuff. That's cool. Talking about LiDAR, making a 3D map of everything around it. Wonder if that's something they're actually talking about building into vehicles. Crazy, who wants that on their car? But they could totally build something like that into a vehicle. Self-driving's about to get way better, I think. At least seems like the technology's there. It's a tiny little Suzuki pickup truck. Doesn't comply with US regulations. Little pickup truck, very useful. Except for me, I would need more ground clearance, bigger tires. Ooh, more electric vehicles. Fire engine, that's an electric vehicle. Now that thing better have a backup diesel motor or something to at least make sure you're fully charged. How did they make yachts better? Because yachts are already crazy. Electric pontoon boat, that's really cool. They've got a whole simulator of driving a yacht. Talking about smart technologies, AI assisting. That's cool. I'm not a yacht guy or a boat guy, but I can appreciate cool things without owning them or ever thinking about owning them in the future. Guys, look what I found. It's a Cybertruck, but look, those are solar panels. Like, they literally wrapped the whole vehicle in solar. Like this stuff right here. I'm really skeptical exactly how much power this can bring in. First of all, there's none really on the roof. And down here on the sign, solar car film may supply 4 to 5 kilowatt hours of electricity every day. Yeah, I don't know under what laboratory conditions it produces that, but it's really cool. It's just not going to be enough to, make a solar powered car, which is sort of what they're hinting at. But I like the look of it. It's cool, and hey, it would provide something. I'm not a real fan of the way the Cybertrucks look, but it does make it look better. I like the looks of it more than the functionality of it. What I'm guessing the functionality would be. It's charging, but it's definitely not charging off of solar. And then this is a solar powered jacket. It's just a concept, but they've got little solar panels all over it. I'd love to see a lot more wearables that are solar. It doesn't produce a lot of power, but I think it would be amazing if more of that kind of thing could be implemented. There you go, guys. An umbrella with solar panels on it. I'm here at the Eaton booth. I did not know anything about them doing smart devices or anything. However, check this out, guys. These are breakers. We all know this, but these are smart breakers, and they do data monitoring. They can be configured to turn on and off with your different battery backup systems. And the cool thing is, to the average person, it just looks like a regular breaker, and it still functions the same. It's Wi-Fi controlled, and it has a relay, and that just gives you all kinds of options to do stuff. They're not in production yet, but I can guarantee you I'm going to be checking out smart breakers for all my different panels, sub-panels, and everything else. There's so much stuff they can do, from As soon as your grid goes down, if you have a grid, it can turn off certain things like a vehicle charger or maybe your hot water heater. But then as the power draws down even further, you can power things like a fridge and freezer and cut everything off, but just the basics so you can just survive. And that's really cool. I've installed a bunch of their different products back when I used to do electrical work. It's really cool to see all these companies starting to implement all this smart technology. And my favorite thing by far is probably the monitoring aspect of this, so I can track where each watt goes, where each watt hour goes, when it disappeared, what's using what, and I can start tuning my entire homestead to be able to actually turn on and off different things at a certain time, and then I can just see how it's working out in real time or check out how it worked out last week. I'm pretty excited about that stuff. This is the system I currently have in my garage. It's the Jackery solar generator, 5,000 plus kit. It's got this really cool smart transfer switch. You guys have seen that installed. It works so well. I love this thing. But we're not here at CES for something that we've already shown. They have some other stuff. This is a more permanent product. This is really cool. It's actually really similar to the system I currently have, but this is kind of just like a power wall, if you will. And this is made for a permanent home backup. It looks industrial. That's so cool. Give me a sec while I stare at it all, because that is really neat. It's still the same kind of thing. I would imagine this is exactly the same, except for it's just bigger and made to be permanent. The best thing I like about it is it's got all the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi, all this stuff. You can just check all of it out right from your phone. This is a 200 amp system, as opposed to just like if you have a conventional home where you run a lot of electrical, when you use most of the other systems, you're just running the circuits with your freezer, fridge, and all that. This would actually be able to run all of it, and you could use this as an off-grid system as well. I had no idea Oite was going to be here at CES. It's really cool. Turns out it's their first CES. I always carry an Oite flashlight with me, and of course at CES they're releasing new products, so let's see what they got. And it looks like what we have is a battery charger. Is that right?
Yes, it is. It's a nickel metal hydride battery charger. So any battery from any brand, you can just, when it's drained, you just toss them in. You don't have to care about polarity. Just goes there. It will be lined up, go to this middle section where we'll organize and analyze the battery, test it. If it's non-rechargeable, 0 volt or bad cells, leaking cells, they will be rejected into this bin. And any other like good ones will be charged. Go to this bottom section right there for you to use anytime. So if you have a lot of batteries, gadgets at home, kids' toys, you use a lot of these AAAs, you can buy this, you can have this. And also like churches, hospitals, which use a lot of these AAA cells, this is the product for them.
That makes a lot of sense. No, there's nothing worse than trying to line up 4 batteries into some kind of prong charger, and then, you know, you can only charge 4, and if you stick the wrong one in, maybe it'll blow up, maybe it won't. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it makes using batteries safe because it does analyze and test and reject those bad cells for you to take care of later.
Yeah,
but it's also making using these rechargeables really easy. You don't have to like put them into those old chargers anymore. Just toss them in, and you have good batteries ready to go.
That's really cool. Thanks so much for sharing that. Something else pretty cool here at CES is a Brew Maker. This is a beer maker. And I've made beer before, and it's usually fairly complicated, but this whole machine does everything in one step, start to finish. That's pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure what goes on here. Some kind of city farm. But I'm intrigued by systems and agriculture. CO2 generator. Looks like that's quite the climate-controlled room. Ultrasonic humidifier, carbon dioxide discharge, like direct air carbon capture from the atmosphere. I'm just looking at all this stuff. Look guys, you can grow plastic strawberries. City air makes plastic fruit. All right guys, I'm learning stuff. Yeah, obviously it's for demo purposes only. That's just funny. Well guys, I always wanted to go to CES. I'm sure I didn't quite cover all of it. You know what? Covered a huge percentage of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed everything I highlighted in this video. I had a ton of fun here. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go home, but it was totally worth coming. I'll probably come in future years. Hopefully you enjoyed it all. Thanks for watching.